Good morning, grade 5. I hope everybody's doing well and you're ready for today's lesson. So let's get started. So everyone can open their textbooks on page 95. Today we'll be doing writing. So I'll just read and you can follow in your textbooks. So it says, write a myth about being greedy. Your myth should have people and at least one talking animal, real or magical. Write it as if it's an old story that has been passed down from generation to generation. Okay, so in our previous lesson, we did the myth about the African people and about the distant sky. So now we're going to write our own myth. So today we'll be only focusing on the planning, so that will only be our mind map. So it says, before you write, imagine that you find the object or animal in one of the pictures. So those pictures below in the little block, imagine where you would be. In a forest, in a cave, or a castle. Will you touch the object or animal? Will it speak to you? What is its story? And where does it come from? And what does it want from you? Right, so they're asking us to write a myth about an animal. It can be real or it can be a magical or imaginary animal. And in this little block, they gave us some pictures. So there is a dinosaur that's blowing smoke. And then we have a unicorn with big wings. We have a feather. We have a trumpet that has a saying on it. I can call the lions that roar. Play me and this power is yours. And then we also have a little mouse that says, I'm a princess under an evil spell. Right, so those are some examples that you can choose one of those pictures to write about. Okay, so we know that a myth is something that is not it's a belief that was brought on from many generations. It's a story that was told over many generations and people began to believe it, right? So now you'll be writing your own myth. So today we'll be focusing on only planning, right? So you will have to plan your rough draft, which you will do tomorrow or Thursday, and you will use this mind map. So you need to make a mind map today for homework. So in the middle, I just have an example of a mind map. It says the myth name. So you'll pick a name for your myth. And then in the blue bubble, we have our who. So you need to write about the greedy character, like they said in the textbook, about the animal. It could be real or imaginary. And then our what is the object or animal found, with those pictures that I gave us in the textbook as well. And then we have the where. So this is your setting. So it's the place where you decide that your myth is happening. And then we have why. So what is the story about and how will it speak to you? And then we have where does it come from? So we know that myths are passed on from generation to generation. So you can choose where the story comes from. So it could come from London in your story, and the family in London has passed it on, or wherever you would want it to come from. And then lastly, what does it want from you? So you will then need to explain what is the lesson or what is the point of the myth, right? So this is an example I've drew up for you about the mind map. You just fill in the bubbles with the ideas that you've brainstormed or chose for your myth. Okay, so for homework, you write the heading, date and page number and draw a line. Today you draw a mind map only about the topic discussed on page 95 that I've just went through with you. And you must complete this in your English workbook. Right, so remember today's homework is only the mind map. We will focus on the rough draft and the final draft in our next lesson. Okay. So enjoy your homework, enjoy drawing up your mind maps, be creative, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!